mostly about bovine. All right. First thing, open those notes up to page 3. Let me insert a couple things before we go any further. Okay, under modified live, put long-lasting immunity. And under that long-lasting immunity, put humoral, as in Humoral, and cell-mediated. So long-lasting, humoral, and cell-mediated. Okay. All right. Under intranasal. Basically, you can cross out, well, under intranasal, put secretory immunity. Secretory immunity. And under that, put antibodies produced by cells lining the mucosal surfaces. Antibodies, okay, produced by cells lining the mucosal surfaces. You know, like inside the nasal passages, that type of thing. Mucosal surfaces. Okay, on chemically altered virus, go ahead and cross out that 2-dose regimen and slower onset of immunity. Because basically, chemically altered virus, intranasal virus, intranasal vaccine is a chemically altered vaccine. And last but not least, where it says inactivated vaccine, put kill. Don't eliminate the inactivated part, but put kill, like /kill. Just 2 different names for the same thing. All right, and next to kill, put reduce infectivity. Reduce infectivity. Yes. All that stuff is really good. Okay, now, those types of vaccines are not going to be always viral, but everything else is going to be true about it. Modified live, chemically altered, all that kind of stuff. You got viral and bacterial. Okay, it says viral, but you got viral and bacterial. I got a bad habit of, I crammed in 3rd year. Well, not, maybe kind of. Crammed in 3rd year. So I had to learn stuff over again in 4th year, because I crammed to make it in 3rd year. So I have a bad habit. I got scar tissue and fibrosis left from things that I went through in 3rd year and 4th year. All right, and part of my scars and fibrosis leads to me looking at things a particular way. It drove me crazy when we were like, oh, use a modified live versus killed versus chemically altered. That's why I put that in there, because I could never keep those straight. Now, y'all probably smarter than I was, but that's why it's in there. Is it the most important thing in the world? No, but it is important. Okay, and I can never keep it straight and which one was which, so that kind of gives you a little bit of basics. Okay, vaccination programs or vaccination protocols. All right, when we start talking about management, okay, we're talking about management of bovine, management of ruminants, period. Okay, we look at things that are most important things in terms of management. Number one is nutrition, always at the top of the list. All right, for our purposes, parasitism is probably second. Third is repro, or repro/production. And fourth is going to be preventative medicine. All right, first is nutrition. Second is parasitism. Third is going to be reproduction, production. And fourth is preventative medicine. So when we're thinking about successful management schemes, okay, dealing with raising cattle or goats or sheep or whatever, these are major considerations. And that's basically kind of their importance. Except reproduction and preventative medicine may kind of swap places depending upon what kind of management scheme that you have. But those are the four top considerations. Right? Now, nutrition is at the top. Obviously, nutrition is at the top because no nutrition, everything else means nothing. You got nothing to eat, it don't matter about reproduction. You got nothing to eat, it doesn't matter about preventative medicine. All right? Nothing to eat, all those other things become moot. Okay? Now, I say that to say this. You're going to have people who are going to talk about, oh, give these vaccines and that vaccines. I had clients that wanted to give growth implants to their calves. Okay? And sometimes I tell them, well, that's a waste of time. If I come to your place and you have a calf that's, say, 7, 8 months old, and it should weigh 600 pounds, and it should be that tall, and I come to your come to your farm, and it's down here, all right, it's a fidget. All right, fidget is a freaking midget. All right, so it's a fidget. All right, you can like upgrade it or downgrade it however you want to do it. Be polite or impolite, but make your point. It's a freaking midget. All right, if it's down here, if you're not feeding this animal, all the growth implants in the world won't make a difference. All the vaccines in the world are not going to make a difference. That animal's not going to grow, right? And it's still going to get sick because you have to have the proper nutrition for these things to work. All right? No food coming in, what's growth implant going to do? Nothing. You might as well spit on it. All right? And I've told owners that because, I figure it's my responsibility to give you the information. Right? In some cases, I might not piss you off, but, kind of, tweak you a little bit. But that's because it's my job and your jobs to try to help people, at least with large animals, try to help people maintain their animals and to make money. And if I have to tell you something you don't want to hear, to help you get where you're trying to go, I'm going to figure that's my job to tell you. Okay, so nutrition is at the top. But preventative medicine is very, very important. Why? Because animals getting sick, all right, means you lose a lot of money. Now, if you take animals that are in the feedlot, you got a bunch of calves running around the feedlot, all right, it's about weight. It's about average daily gain. How much are they making per day? Because that translates into how much money you make. Okay? When that animal gets sick, if you're just looking at their daily gain, when that animal gets sick, all right, first thing that happens is they get sick, they stop doing what? They stop eating. Okay, so when that animal was developing that disease, they started backing away from food. All right? So now they're starting to lose weight. When they get sick, they really lose weight. You come out there with the perfect treatment in the world, All right, so they're probably sick a week, at least a week before you get there. They're losing weight all that week. You come out and give a magic shot. I don't care what it is, it's a magic shot. All right? After you get that magic shot, it's going to take them another week to get back on track. Okay? So now you got 2 weeks that they weren't gaining any weight. And then after that, they finally creep back up and get where they're healthy and start to gain weight again. So you probably got close to 3 weeks where those animals are not growing, not putting on any weight. Now you take those animals and go to sell those animals, and you've lost 3 weeks of weight gain. That's dollars. Okay? So the idea is you can prevent having the disease at all. You end up gaining a lot, making a lot of money, or gaining a lot of money. So it's not just about, is the animal going to live or not? Yeah, the animal may live, but you're not in the business to raise pets. You're in the business to raise animals that you're going to sell. So you need them productive straight through. Same thing if I got cows, and I go out to you have cows. I come out to your place, all right? And you tell me, well, it's not necessary for you to pray, Chick, Doc, because I know when my cows are pregnant. And I go, okay, that's fine. And I can tell when my cows are pregnant because I can bump them and tell you how pregnant they are. And truth be told, hey, don't laugh. Don't laugh. 5 months and up. There's folks that can do that. There's a lot of old farmers can do that. Put their hand against the flank and do like that, and baby floats out, floats back and hits their hand. Okay? And it's old school and all that kind of stuff, but they can tell. But the idea is you want to make sure that your animals are getting pregnant when they're supposed to. In other words, calving interval is 12 months. It is the period of time from when one calf hits the ground to the next calf hits the ground. All right? So that means calf hits the ground. This cow's got 3 months to get pregnant, 9 months to cook that baby in the oven, and then kick it out on the ground. So the calving interval should be 12 months. Okay? Outside of 12 months, if you're going 14 months, 15 months, 16 months, that animal is not being productive. You are losing money. Because you're feeding the animal is freeloading. They're just hanging out on your place. All right? I want to know that my animals are doing what they're supposed to be doing, whether they're producing milk or producing babies. I want to know that they're doing that, they're doing it on time, and they're putting out a quality product. And that's why preventative medicine is so important, because it helps you do that efficiently. Could you produce animals without doing any vaccinations and all that kind of stuff? Yeah. On small scale. If you had a number of cows on your place, nothing ever came to your place, whatever grew on your place, went from your place to the stockyard, no new animals introduced, you had really good grass and all that kind of stuff, yeah, you could probably get by without using any vaccinations. Okay? It would be organic as it could be. No vaccination, no medications, whatever. Your reproduction would not be as high. But if you were just doing it, for the heck of doing it, you could pull it off. All right? So the idea is these things lean toward reproductive efficiency and quality of what we produce. Okay? But, like I said, nutrition at the top. No nutrition, all the vaccinations in the world make no difference. Okay? You've got to have certain things in order for your immune mechanisms to work. Certain vitamins, minerals. You got to have enough protein. You got to have enough energy. You got to have enough vitamin A, vitamin E, selenium, zinc. You have to have those kind of factors. Just hide in here.
Thank you.
Okay. But have a fit here. That door is not going to do it. Open that door back there, Brandon. Open that door back there, please. You can share it. All right, so protein, energy, vitamin A, vitamin E, zinc, and selenium. All of those are necessary for your immune mechanisms to work properly. They do not work they do not work in a vacuum. You have to have all those things. Okay, so back to vaccines. The idea is we're trying to either reduce the occurrence of disease or the severity. That's what we're trying to do with our program. A successful program of vaccination or preventative medicines will require adequate nutrition, proper management, and planning. Now, vaccination programs are customized. All right? Yeah, there's some general programs, but they have to be tweaked according to your place. And what I mean by that is you have to tweak the vaccination program according to specific farms, their function, and their location. All right, if you got cattle, do you have dairy cattle or do you have beef cattle? All right, that changes your vaccination program somewhat. If you have cattle, are you raising cattle on the pasture? All right, or are you having feedlot animals that you're taking care of? All right, makes a big difference. Animals on the pasture, they're in the nicest, sweetest, least pathogenic environment because they got space. All right, whatever's out there is bad, it's got space. It has to diffuse through all that space. In the feedlot, you got a bunch of animals thrown in there on top of each other. They all come from different places. All right, they're all like, you know, that little snotty-nosed kid that comes to kindergarten, and it's the only one with a snotty nose, and a week later, everybody got a snotty nose. All right, that's what feedlot is about. Which is why they have pen riders, and folks, all they do is ride through the pens and look for respiratory disease. All right, because it spreads through so fast. They need a different program. All right?
I'm so sorry.
What is it? Okay. All right. They need a different program. Okay, because of the function of that place. Location is going to make a difference. Geographically, some areas are going to need some things that other areas do not. What's a good example? Anthrax. Anthrax is a disease that's usually associated with areas where there's a lot of flooding and that kind of thing. A lot of flooding, soil turnover. Usually, not always, but usually. So if I'm in areas like that, I may have to have anthrax vaccine, you know, in my regimen. If I'm raising cattle right here, nobody uses an anthrax vaccine. It'd be a waste of money. All right, the occurrence is very, very low. All right, so specific farms, location, function. Those things have to be taken into account before you put together a program. Is that smell? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it smells weird. I don't think it does. I know.
That's why it smells like that. Okay. All right. Take it easy. All right.
It's like an orange smell.
All right. Purebred, registered animals versus commercial mixed animals. Mixed breed animals. Different vaccination programs. Why? Because purebred registered are windier. Now, they're shinier, they look nicer, their looks are reproducible, they can pass on, you know what their calves going to look like, you know what everybody's going to look like because they come from the same family and all that kind of good stuff, and you got all kind of records and data and all that kind of stuff. Makes them wonderful. They take more to raise them and reproduce them. Whereas commercially mixed cattle, all right, you have what they call hybrid vigor, where you can put two breeds together, which is why everybody doesn't raise purebred cattle. With purebred cattle, you got 1 + 1 = 2. All right? Characteristics from mama, characteristics from dad, you end up with 2, put the 2 of them together, now you got the calf. Hybrid vigor says you put 2 breeds together, and now you got 1 + 1, equals 3. Because they get factors blended together that neither one of the parents have as individuals. Which is why we have all these freaking breeds anyway. Right? Which is why we have brains. Why we eat brains. Everybody loves Angus. Angus meat, registered Angus meat, go to the butcher, oh, it's Angus, Angus, Angus. So why isn't anybody raised anything but Angus? Reason being is certain breeds work better in certain environments. Right? If we were in, say, Virginia and New York and, you know, Pennsylvania and all of that, Angus is going to do really, really well. All right? Not to say that they can't do well down here, but they don't do as well. Because in Alabama, when it gets to be 100 degrees and the humidity is, you know, 96%, something like that, that Angus is looking for a tree to hide under. Okay? He's not looking to be out there breeding. He's not looking to be doing anything. So he said, well, what do? Let me mix a little Brahma in there. Now the Brahma's chilling. It doesn't matter whether the sun's shining, whether I got shade or not, because I got Brahma in me. I'm heat tolerant. I'm insect tolerant. I'm parasite tolerant. I'm disease tolerant compared to the rest of y'all. All right? So you bring those two together, hence, that's why brains are so popular in the southeast and southwest. Hybrid vigor. You're taking the best of one breed, the best of another breed, put them together, and ended up better than either one individually. Okay? So all those things are factors. Okay? Here in the United States, we have brucellosis. All right? Now, brucellosis has been basically kind of